Gonna take a highway through the. Oh, we're recording? Oh, snap. Okay. What's going on, guys? PX Cam 20 back in with a brand new video. We are here once again at Brands Hatch as we are in our European account. And luckily, look at this, guys. We are now in the A-ranked lobbies as we are able to just grind out as much as we can. And now we are currently racing against top tier drivers as we have JJ Balding in the pole and our fellow YouTuber friend here, Basic Ollie, in second place. So shout out to them, really good guys, but they're gonna be our rivals today as we are starting now in 12th place for this race. Can we do anything here to try to catch up to the guys up ahead, as we have only gotten a 122.6, as that has been my fastest lap time that I've been able to pull off here on the EMEA account. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get it higher than that as I've been just pushing on this racetrack, but that's the best that we can do. So let's see what we can do here. Before we jump into it, if you guys really enjoy the content, please subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video, as it really helps out the channel when you guys do so. Anyways, that is enough promoting myself. Let's jump straight into this race. As we jump into our race, we get our 3, 2, 1, and away we go now as we are starting back in 12th place in midfield. This is going to be very interesting because this is going to challenge our skills to see if we can even make our way up through the field in an A-ranked lobby, as we are heading into turn number 1 into Druids for the first time. You see the car right behind us takes a little peek onto the inside, but he's just a little too far back to do anything, so we're able to hold off our 12th place position as 11th is now starting to form a gap away from us. So just gonna be very patient here. This is a 13 lap race. We are on the medium, so we are probably gonna be faster than some of the guys ahead of us if they are on the hard compound tires, but we're just gonna again just be patient with our moves, look for the opportunities, and if we see them, we're gonna strike as we now head into the final corner. So onto the straight, leading us onto lap number 2. The German got a penalty, so he had to relinquish a lot of his spots there as we catched up to him really quick going into turn number 1. Heading into turn number 1 now, we go onto the outside brake very early, so we avoid making contact with the German as we are now going into Druids once again. Heading onto the inside, we're taking a little peek, but again, just way too far back as the German gets very loose. We slam on the brakes, we get punted from behind, we accidentally punt into the German, and we just demolish that German, send him to the shot room as we get a 4-second penalty here. And as we jump into the replay, you can see from the Volkswagen view, the German just got very loose. We slammed on the brakes, and then it just kind of accordion there as we got hit from behind from the Volkswagen. And just unfortunate for the German as he was an innocent bystander and all that, but we have to continue on forward since we do have a 4-second penalty here. That's going to lose us a lot of time, and we might lose some position now as we head into the left-hander here, going into the penalty zone. So on the penalty zone, serving our 4-second penalty. So far the race is not going to plan, so we fall right behind in 14th place, right behind the Irishman. So we have to try to stay in the slipstream of this little pack right here and not use up too much time, as luckily there's single file, so the longer these cars are single files, the better it is for us, as we can just put in consistent fast lap times as the Irishman goes very wide off of that left-hander, goes straight into the grass, and we make an easy overtake on him as we head down the straight, leading us into this fast right-hander. And now we are up into 13th place here as we're trying to catch up to the 12th place man on this lap. So heading to the right-hander once again, you know, cutting the dirt right there. You see the Brit actually spin out, and that's another easy position there, as that's one thing I had to keep in mind, is that this track is just very difficult to stay consistent on, and it's so easy to just spin out once you clip that grass. So that's one thing I thought to myself to keep myself kind of calm and just not push too hard, is that some of these guys are going to make mistakes, and we just have to capitalize on here. 4 seconds was not too big of a deal. It could be a lot worse. Once you spin now, that can easily cost you about 8 to 10 seconds. So we're going to just try to stay consistent here, not force the car to push it too much, and see right behind these guys, use the slipstream and use that to hold off a good consistent lap time here. As you can see, we are running in the 124s, which is something that we should be running in, and so if we can continue running in the 124s, maybe the low 125s, we should be all right here and finish in an all right position, as we are now in position number 11. So as we jump into lap number 5, cars are now starting to come into the pits here as we get a yellow flag once again, heading down the straight. You can see that there's a German spun out on the middle of the track as he's trying to get back onto the track, and that scared me a lot, as I thought we were going to run into him since he was a ghost. Sometimes they just unghost in front of you, and it's just not the prettiest sight as you accidentally run into the back of them, spin them out once again, and then you get another penalty. So luckily the game decided to keep the car ghosted, and we did wet our pants a little bit there, but nothing too bad, as we are now pushing ourselves up into the end of lap number 6. So making our way through the field once again. We are all over the back bumper of the 9th place driver, as he's kind of holding us up here. So I'm not sure if he's on the hard compounds or if he's just ran out of traction with the mediums. As we're taking a little peek onto the inside, we get a great run as we go onto the outside. 8th place gets a little bit loose there, as he is now going onto the inside as he's trying to cover his spot, and you can see how fast of a time me and the driver ahead were able to catch up to the 8th place driver, and now we had to relinquish the spot there as we're going side by side here down the straight heading into Druids. We decided to just back out of there as it's just too costly to make a mistake there, and now it's a 4-car battle for the 8th place position as we go onto the inside of the Porsche right behind us. Heading to the left-hander, we get a yellow flag, but unfortunately I don't see anybody here, but it looks like there's a Brit onto the inside. We make an overtake on him as we capitalize on his mistake as we head into the left-hander. Staying right behind this little pack, we lose the 9th place position to the Brit, and now we get demoted back into 10th place here. But again, we're going to come into the pits whether either this lap or next lap, depending on what our lap time is here, as we're heading into the fast right-hander once again. So coming out the fast right-hander, the brake gets a little bit loose, goes into the grass, and that slows him down a little bit, but that also costs us some time, because I didn't know if he was going to end up spinning out or if he was going to go into our lane, and I had to back out of the move right there because I did not want to run to the back of him and spin ourselves out or spin him out. So just being very cautious here. You can see the cars up ahead from 6 on up, they are just long gone, as they were able to build a huge gap away from us. So this is most likely going to be the battle for 7th place here if we continue fighting with these guys, as we now cross the start finish line heading into lap number 8. Few cars coming to the pits, as this Brit ahead of us actually has a half a second penalty right behind the Irishman, and so that's going to be beneficial towards us once we cross the penalty zone, and he has to serve that half a second penalty. Can we do anything there to abuse the penalty system and get the overtake here, as we are now heading into the middle part of lap number 8. So as we jump up into the end of lap number 8, our tires are starting to get very worn, as we were able to catch up to this group right ahead of us, and the Brit had to serve his penalty here, but unfortunately it wasn't big enough of a penalty for us to capitalize on it. So we're going to come into the pits here. So there's a 6th place driver. Oh, actually we don't come into the pits, so a little PX cam blooper right there, is we were unable to know when we come into the pits. I honestly thought we were going to come into the pits. It probably would have been the smartest idea to come into the pits, but I guess we decided to stay out. Maybe we're going to come into the pits on this lap, but if we can stay right behind these guys, that's actually going to be beneficial towards us, because these guys are on fresh tires. The 6th and 5th place drivers are on fresh tires. If we can stay with them, that means that our mediums are holding up really well. And as we come into the end of lap number 9, you can see that they were able to build a little bit of gap. So I think, yeah, so this time we decided to come into the pits because I saw that we were losing time to the cars up ahead. So coming to the pits, switching from the mediums to the hards. No fuel added to this car, as you don't really need fuel on for this race. We lose the 7th place position as we get out in 8th place, luckily right ahead of the 9th place driver. So we're able to get out of the pits in a really good position here as we defend the inside. Not sure where these guys are at with tires. I don't know if they're using the mediums or if they're using the hards. So for every single car that comes up to our rear bumper, we just are gonna have to defend like hell, and hopefully we can hold our position and finish this race off in at least 8th place or better if we are able to catch up to the 7th place driver ahead of us. So coming out of the left-hander, we're able to hold our position here as we now jump up into lap number 11. Nothing really happened after throughout the lap, so we are going to jump up here as we now head into Druids. Going into the right-hander, see the car right behind is getting very close to our rear bumpers. You can see it on the mirror on the exit, but we did take a late entrance in there so we can get a great exit, and they actually helped us out here as we were able to build a little gap now as we head into the slow left-hander. This is one corner that was very crucial to me, as I could easily just put the car onto the inside, park it on the apex, and then just get a great launch middle of the corner. So that was a really good strategy that I was using in order to keep myself ahead of some of these cars. As you can see now, we are starting to build a gap, but going into the first corner right now on lap number 12, there's a yellow flag, and you can see there's a car trying to get back onto the track, and it's actually one of the Irishmen in the WRX. So we're able to get around him easily as we go into the replay. Let's see what happened. Just clips a little bit of that dirt, heads straight into the barrier, spins out, and we're able to make the easy overtake now as we get another yellow flag. So going to the left-hander, there's another car trying to get back on the track, and it's actually the Porsche, the Brit in the Porsche, and we're able to go onto the outside. He's still trying to get back speed, and we're able to make the overtake on the outside as the car right behind is trying to force his way onto the inside, and he's able to do so there. So the Brit loses about 3 positions, and we are now promoted into 6th place somehow. So from all the way back in 15th in the beginning of the race, now we are up into 6th as we are now on the final lap. Can we hold this off as we only have a few more corners now and no pressure behind us? Can we please not bottle this? This could be a really great finish, especially on a high ranking lobby here in the EMEA lobby. So going into the final corner, we avoid clipping the grass here, get a great exit, decide to just go onto the inside, and we are now going to be swerving in glee as we were able to finish this race in 6th place, touch the grass, spin out in PX Cam fashion. Of course, we bottle it right at the end, but oh well, we've crossed the start finish line and we finished this race in 6th place as we were able to fight our way from the 12th place position from the start all the way up to here. So really awesome. Just really good fun racing that we were able to have here. Again, I'm very unfortunate for the German that we spun out in the beginning of the race. I really did not mean to do that. I tried to brake as much as I can going into Druids, but I just had too much momentum, and the fact that he was already halfway spinning out, I just couldn't go anywhere else. And so I apologize to German if you are watching this, man. I really do apologize for that. But other than that, again, just really happy that we are now in driver rating A. Took a very long time to get up here, and it took a lot of grinding. So congratulations to JJ Balding for winning this race. And yeah, hopefully we can start battling for the wins if we can get fast enough. So if you guys really enjoyed the video, please subscribe and leave a like on the video, as it really helps out the channel when you guys do so. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. Peace out.